Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for Kubera. We're going to be doing the last 4 chapters of The Sorrow of Lost, so chapters like 17, 18, 19, and 20 I think. I think that's what these 4 are going to be. So yeah, I'm excited to get to read them. Just to finish off this section. So 2 things before we get started reading. First off, I mentioned it in the ORV video I just did that I'm going to be using sort of some noise filtering, noise canceling software, and hopefully like my audio sounds a bit better. I tested it out by using it on the One Piece videos I just did, and I kind of wanted to keep it off of my read-throughs until I did that, just to make sure everything was okay. Just because it's like I can re-record the One Piece discussions if anything goes wrong. There's a reaction. I can't exactly re-record this if something goes wrong, but it sounded okay, so hopefully the audio is a bit better. In addition to that, I mean, you're probably not going to be able to tell if the audio is better. It's probably going to sound bad, this video, just because my voice is kind of shot. But the other thing is, if you put the blog posts or info from the blog posts afterwards, I don't know what to call them, the stuff that comes at the end of the chapter, but they don't include in the official translation. If you give me any of that info in the comments or whatever, like I believe Ashu did in the most recent video, then I'll do a section at the beginning of the next video of each where I go over what I've seen. That way you know what I know from that. Don't say anything, because I had one comment that I did have to delete because it was kind of, I considered it spoilery. Don't say things that we haven't gotten to yet, that like, you don't have to over-explain things. I'm trying to read the series along with you. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to over-explain things. But I don't consider it spoilery to, like, give me blog post info for, like, the chapters. Because if I was reading it, like, on my own back in the day when this was coming out, I would have been reading that at the end of every chapter anyway. You know what I mean? I would have been reading the blog post or afterward stuff at the end of every chapter anyway. So I feel like that's information that I would or should know if I was reading weekly from the very beginning. So that's totally fine. And I'll just throw that in at the beginning in a little intro section of each video from here on. I'm not doing that for this video though, just because we're in the middle of this Sorrow of Lost arc, and I want to go ahead and finish out this arc. So yeah, we're going to do 4 chapters here, and then next time, I think the next arc is like 6 chapters. Don't know if I'll do all 6 together. I'm kind of running behind on things, so I might just do 2 short 3 and 3 videos, since I'm like going to be posting 2 kind of back-to-back-ish. But we'll see. We'll just see how I feel, what kind of time I have. But yeah, either way, let's go ahead and read The Sorrow of Lost, Part 6. And of course, where we left off was like the destruction of Atera. Gentarva big-brained it by being like, okay, your mom, and then, pisses off Agni. He flips out, and it's like, I got you to lose your cool, and now you're going to kill your own summoner because you lost your cool. Basically. I heard that if you summon a god, your lifespan shortens greatly. Really? Is it okay for you to stay this long? Is it because I still have much time left to live? Or is it because I still have much time to live? No, it's because I'm an idiot. What does that mean? Well, what do you think it means? Alright, Chapter 17, Sorrow of Lost 6. What, you're giving up? Well, there is no reason for a god to risk his life, just for a human you don't care for. This is no fun. How about we change this up a bit? I'll kill her, and we see what he sees when he looks at him with insight. I'll kill your summoner after I kill you. And then he blocks it. What? You don't even have power you don't even have enough power to summon a weapon. Or is it because you don't want to shorten your summoner's lifespan? Didn't you say that you don't care about your summoner? And the ice starts to spread onto him. Did I say that? Isn't it normal for an idiot to say something stupid? And then he starts spreading his flame. And the two clash. Then we have Asha reacting, it seems. Let's hurry up already. Can't we just run? This is so frustrating. Please hold on. Over there. Huh? Is this a wrong direction? Do we have to go that way instead of this way? You should have told me sooner. And then we see the flame spreading into the sky. And they start reacting. I guess it's pushing steam outward from the clash. If her state is such as I can't even teleport, summoning a weapon might kill Brilith. As long as I don't use my white flame, raising the temperature won't affect Brilith. Kantarva can lower the temperature. It was only for a short period of time, but he stopped my white flame. I can't beat him by only relying on the temperature. But I have to try with what I can. First of all, this fog is a problem. I'm the one at a disadvantage. Why are you hiding, Kantarva? Don't tell me you're planning on ambushing me. And he reacts. I've thought about it, and I don't think there's a need to kill your summoner. I was going to kill your summoner and send you back to the God's realm, but if someone else summons you again, it's going to be another problem for me. But what if I killed you instead? The reason why gods avoid death, even though they're immortal, is because it takes much time to resurrect, right? Because time flows differently in this life and in the afterlife. It takes you a couple of decades at least. If you die here, I won't have to see you for a while, Agni. How do you want me to kill you? Tell me. Oh? And did he lose his entire arm to that? So, to wrap up what you're saying, you're not going to hurt my summoner, huh? That's good to hear. Not every god is bad, I think. They must be acting like that because they also have their own valuables and the ones they wish to protect. However, if there's no way at all to get along with them, please don't fight with Agni at least. We owe him our lives, Dad. And then he smiles. I knew it, I knew I can't do it. And the ice starts cracking. And then Kantarva breaks down. So again, it seems he is, like the flashback was suggesting, he is too indebted, from what his daughter said, to bring himself to kill Agni, even though he could. Gods aren't always so great after all, being in such a weak state due to the relation with a summoner. But it should have ended by now. What in the world is he doing? I can't see what's going on since that fog was made. My eyes hurt. It's better to get rid of gods while we can, but the target we were looking for was not that one. Did he forget that? But if I interfere, I could have finished this all by myself. Did you think I couldn't do it without you? What? Forgot why we came here? I can't believe you're treating me like an idiot. You arrogant little bastard. I'll kill you when we get back to the Sura's realm. But if I don't interfere, do I have to tell you everything? Or can't you figure out things on your own? How dare you send me to do this on my own and all you do is stay behind and watch? You arrogant little bastard. I'll kill you when we're back to the Sura's realm. What the hell am I supposed to do? But still, I guess doing something is better than not doing anything. And then he transforms again, like we saw before in the forest. To be continued. Very quick. Wow, that was a quick one. Alright, I guess let's just move on to the next chapter here. Okay, let's see what we get with part 7, Sorrow of the Lost. Please wake up. Ouch. Who are you? Do you want to die? And then, when I opened my eyes, Asha was looking at me with a worried face. If you're not up on the count of 3, I'm going to leave you here. Alright, Chapter 18, The Sorrow of Lost 7. What happened? Where am I? Who am I? This is the temple, and you're useless. Huh? This is the temple? No way. How in the world? What? We're really in the temple? Why can't I remember anything? The last thing I remember is seeing some kind of explosion. I thought you might remember, but apparently you don't. This is going to be bothersome from now on. What do you mean bothersome? What happened? So you... What about me? Finish your sentence already. See you. I think you ask like this every time. That's what's troublesome. Just tell me. If you said I carried you here because you passed out, I would have said thank you and let it go. Why do you talk like that, Asha? I'm not the one who brought us here. What? Then who was it? We don't have time. Get up. Hey, you could have just said who it was at the time. You said we don't have time. Yeah, you could have said who it was at the time you said we don't have time. She's such an ill-tempered magician. The good-tempered me will let it go. Wait for me. What? Someone jumped into the temple. Yes, I'm sure it was a green-haired girl with 2 ponytails. She was carrying someone bigger than her and was running really fast from that side. So again, it's almost like when Kubera ran down the hill, like blacked out and just ran down the hill essentially. Then right in front of me, the girl jumped over the temple. Then right in front of me, the girl jumped over the temple wall in one jump. Hey, interpret what he's saying. Interpretation, he was surprised by the fire, so he started to see a hallucination, and he wants to get off work now. Hey, I'm serious. Okay, go home now. Alright. Hey, Gintarva, you haven't said anything in a while. Can I go now? No. Wow, that asshole. He acts like he isn't going to fight, but maybe he's planning to freeze me to death? Damn it. Only if I could use either fire assimilation or hellfire. I could go away. For right now, Brilith comes first. I can't use those fires. It's gold. He's not the type to be like this for no reason. I'm sure there's a reason for this action. Hey, Gintarva, you almost never start a fight first, not to mention that girl by your side who always said not to fight. Her name was Shakuntala. Yeah, Shakuntala, and it's getting even colder. I was just about to say that. Anyway, because of her, you almost never fought. Even when I was there, you would try to avoid me. But you, starting a fight, does that mean she isn't here to stop you from fighting? Your face tells me I'm right. Who was it? Which bastard killed your precious Daw? And then, oh, is she not dead yet? And it gets even colder. It was a mistake. Of course she's alive. Of course she is. I don't have anything that I can depend on. Humans pray to the gods. It doesn't matter if their prayers are heard or not. It's because they have something to believe in. That itself gives them strength. But who do I have to believe? The enemy of the gods? The king of the Suras? There's no one that I can rely on. That's why I can't even pray for my daughter to be alive. I want you to ask him. Then who do you think... I want to ask him. Then who do you think the gods pray to? But I won't. It looks like he's having a hard time. Then... how about believing me? I'm ranked 3rd among the gods for number of believers. I'm super popular among the humans, you know. I can't say that I can make your prayers come true, but I can at least listen to them. You're the last one for me to believe. I'll just stay an atheist. Wow, that was harsh. You could have at least acted as if you considered. And then, it's less cold? And he smiles. It became warmer. Maybe I can even solve this problem with conversation. Let's not be savages and settle this the easy way, okay? Just tell me what's wrong. And then... Garuda clan? Don't tell me that this is the one who's responsible for the red sky. No, Brilith is in danger. I have to go to Brilith. Right away. And he's frozen. You can't go out, Agni. You seem to care for your summoner, but to me, my daughter's more important. How great would it have been if we were both on the same side? Earlier, I smiled at the thought of it, but that would never happen. That's how it always was and always will be. To be continued. Why is the main character's featuring time so short? Main character? Who? You? And now we move on to part 8. Alright, now we're on to the last 2. If it wasn't for the money, why did I choose to become a priestess? Well, at first I wanted to become like my mother, but after becoming a priestess, I figured out that wasn't the reason. Because even if nobody acknowledges how hard it is, I think that I'll continue being a priestess. Chapter 19, The Sorrow of Lost, 8. It was too much for her when she used magic in an exhausted state of vigor. But it's strange, what kind of magic could she have possibly used here? And we see that vigor is an energy used up when using magic. even if the number of usable spells are still left. One's vigor can be recovered by taking proper rest and enough nutrition. The happier you are, the faster you will recover. Maybe her vigor was exhausted by maintaining the closed space. Of course that's possible, but Miss Brilith has never had that kind of problem before. I guess she was tired. She should have got some rest beforehand. She could recover her vigor if she sleeps, but she's neither asleep nor awake right now. It would probably take some time for her to wake up. In the meantime, what do we do about the closed space? Do we just leave it as it is? Just leave it as is. We should call Lorraine at times like this. Did you forget she went to investigate the village? Right. I told you that we shouldn't send her. No, you didn't. Excuse me? The closed space seems to have disappeared. Did something happen to the priestess? Ashirahiro. How did you get in here? The situation seemed dire, so I skipped the procedures and came in. I hope you would understand. Hey, isn't Asha the one with A++? That's good. She'd be able to set the closed space easily, right? No. Asha has more than one attribute. Damn, I got excited for nothing. Oh? It seems that the priestess is unconscious. That seems like a translation error of some kind. What have you three been doing until she's become like this? Huh? We haven't done much. We don't really have anything to do. That's what temple magicians do. When we're not fighting enemies, we just relax. At least I healed Brilith. What have you two done? You guys are a waste of donation money. What? We're the ones who found her. You were sleeping. Well, I'm the only one who opposed sending Lorraine to investigate. What does that have to do with this, Mr. Mustache? Even if nobody acknowledges how hard it is. Can you lead me to the closed space stone? I shall maintain the closed space until the priestess wakes up. What? You can't. You have more than one kind of birthday attribute. And we have birthday attributes, 3 attributes that are given to somebody by the month, day, and hour of their birth. If 2 attributes coincide, you call it a double. If 3 coincide, you call it a triple. Asha, we all know that you're a skilled magician, but you must have triple attributes to maintain the closed space. Yeah, we also can't do anything because of our attributes. We may even die. I know. That's the reason why I wasn't even allowed to take the closed space part of the magician test. They said I couldn't possibly do it, and gave me a 0 for the grade, ignoring me telling them that I could. What happened? The fire we couldn't put out with water just died out by itself. Was this some sick magician's cruel joke? This was too much to call a joke. The Magician's Guild is in rather better condition. For the people whose houses are burnt down, go to the Magician's Guild. The temple's in a state of emergency right now. We're giving out some food. Here, okay, on my way. How much is it? It's free. In return, please help others. Thank you. I'll do what I can. Hey bro, is that the bear reference that the kid's holding? I don't know. Hey bro, what's that on top of the mountain? Was it always there? I never saw that before. Huh? On top of the mountain? What is that? I guess you don't know either. Anyway, it looks interesting. Is it some kind of moving statue? No, I think we should tell the others about it first and avoid it. Assuming it is Marina. Hey everyone, there's something on top of the mountain. There really is. What is it? Asura? Isn't that Asura? It looks like Asura from the Garuda clan from the books. No, it's not. I heard Garuda clan Suras are the size of a house, but that one's the size of a mountain. Jeez, and that is massive actually. Besides, how can Asura come into the city? By any chance, is the closed space not working right now? Is the temple in a state of emergency because of that? And he glances down. It moved. That's Asura? Really? What are you waiting for? Run! The target is the whole city, excluding Gandharva. The human with the name of a god? There's no reason to find you. Just die with the rest of the humans. And we have what I'm assuming is probably a transcendental skill charging up that creates the red sky. Asha, think about it again. Don't you think they might not have let you try it because there were some people who actually have died while taking the test? You're a very skilled magician, and it's great that you're confident in your abilities, but that's why we're stopping you. We can't risk losing a talented magician like you. I'm saying this is as your college alumnus who cares for you. Jeez, and again, you can see the glimpse of what this character design once was. Yeah, this isn't an emergency. It's not like a group of Suras are going to attack us or something. We can wait until Lorraine comes back. Do they not see all the, like, fire and ice and stuff? And the massive explosion? This isn't an emergency? How can you say that so carelessly under the red sky? What red sky? This is the red sky that we know of? There are times when the sky would turn red for no reason. Is this different from that? And then that was Agni's joke. So Agni is just out here terrorizing people, just randomly turning the sky red, even though that coincides with the destruction of a bunch of human settlements. Well, the color does seem a bit different from that. Red sky. Judging by the delay in attack, I guess it wants to blow away the entire city. Are you sure that we still don't need the closed space? No, we do need it, but... Then it's decided. Hurry up and take me to the closed space stone. Hold on a sec. I'll go back to Miss Brillith. There is no guarantee for success, so I need to protect Miss Brillith and take her somewhere safe. Miss Brillith is just an excuse for you to run away. No, that's not true, and they're just fighting amongst themselves. That white and red, Sura, did it follow me all the way here? Then it's all because of me. How is this possible? It's not just off, but it looks overheated beyond repair. What in the world? Since Miss Brillith is unconscious, the closed space should have went cold. Anyway, this won't work. We might die if we touch it. Let's forget about the closed space and evacuate everyone in the city, Asha. You too. Me, I'll do it. You said the birthday attributes have to match. I have triple attributes, so I'll do it. Asha, you've helped me until now. Give me a chance to repay you. I believe that since this is my fault, I'm the one who has to take responsibility. Do you know how to do it? I don't know how, but if you teach me right now, I can learn quickly, as long as it's not some kind of math problem. And Asha smiles. What? This isn't a time to be smiling. There's no time to waste, is there? If we drag this on any longer, this city might end up like my village. And then, let's keep that a secret, Lise. Your name, and what happened because of your name. Make sure to never speak of it, especially when I'm not around you. What? My name? Especially when she's not around? What's that supposed to mean? Don't tell me. And we have the clunking down the steps. What was that for? Why did you push me? I could have gotten hurt. What? Why did you close it? Open it. I said I would do it. Open it. If you don't open, I'm going to break through. I'm serious. I'm really going to break it. Do you hear me? Who is that kid? She doesn't seem like a magician. Why isn't it breaking? Ah, she's just luggage. Useless and heavy luggage that can't be thrown away. She's a little stupid, but good-natured. Please, take care of her in the temple for a little while. What? Hold on, Asha. Don't tell me you're... And then, there's no other choice. Asha touches the stone. And we see what Marin is doing. We have the laser light show coming down. And then to be continued. Alright, one last chapter in this section of the story. Let's see how Sorrow of Lost ends. It feels like there's a lot to wrap up, so I guess there's a lot that's gonna just bleed into the next story arc. On to chapter 20, the last part of the Sorrow of the Lost, or Sorrow of Lost. Let's see how this ends. I just mentioned it. It feels like there's just so much still to wrap up. The closed space in every city has a specific attribute. For instance, Atera's is fire. The best choice to set up the closed space in Atera would be someone with a triple attribute of fire. For example, the priestess of Atera, Brillith. The second best choice would be someone with a triple attribute, even if it isn't fire. If anyone else is forbidden from setting up the closed space, except for these two, because they could die from being unable to withstand the attribute of the closed space. What could possibly be the problem? If the birthday attribute can't beat the closed space's attribute, then why don't they just change the attribute of the closed space? So is Asha about to make a sacrifice or do some OP shit? We have the laser light show coming down. Chapter 20, the sorrow to be lost. 9. Is that a translation error or is that supposed to be different? We see the barrier blocking it. Gantarva looking up. Agni's closed space was turned off when he turned into white. Then whose closed space is blocking Marna's transcendental skill? Or is it a closed space made by a human? Not too bad for an improvised one. Again, even when it's not like mistranslated necessarily, it's definitely not written like native English, you know what I mean? It's like when you get a comment and it's like, I can understand what you're trying to say, but like you can tell that the person, like English isn't their first language. That's how this translation reads. However, a human's vigor cannot match up against that of Asura's. It's like I can still understand it, but there's just like constant weird wordings and grammatical errors. A human's vigor cannot match up against that of Asura's. If it's Marna, he'll probably attack until the closed space is broken into. Hey, you damn smurf. Don't freeze me, I hate it. Do you know what it feels like when I thaw myself out? Well, you wouldn't know because you don't freeze. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna make you bald. And then Gantarva tries to backfist him. I'm joking. Please, don't fight with Agni. And then, forget it. Sorry, hiccup. You aren't a threat to me anyway, since your priestess is about to die. You're crying, Gandalf. The closed space is going to break soon, and I'm not crying. You were crying earlier, and you're crying now. I said I'm not crying. It's because of that transcendental skill. It's dazzling my eyes. I don't think you're in any position to be worrying about me. Yeah, but if I try to leave, you're going to freeze me again. I don't want that. Why don't we put out the fire first? How sad were you not to notice that your hair was burning? I said I'm not crying. Okay, you aren't crying. There's no point in acting like a friend. The closed space will break soon and your summoner will die. Really? You said you would kill my summoner, then you changed your mind to kill me, and now you're going to let me go and you're attacking the whole city to kill my summoner? Now I know for sure that the city has something you want. I knew it. You should work on your poker face. I don't even need my inside ability to tell. You need to capture something, but the closed space was too strong, so you provoked me to break the closed space. That was your objective from the beginning, right? Then what is it? Is all this related to the Red Sky incidents in the other cities? I heard that he was acting like an idiot, so he wouldn't become white, but when Idiot Smith says something not idiotic, it gives me the creeps. One of the easiest gods to deal with, yet the hardest. So difficult. Gods can't use insight on Gnostica, but when I look at him, it feels as if he can see right through me. What should I do? How much does he know? What do I do if he tells the other gods when he goes back to the gods' realm? Are you afraid that I might tell this to the other gods? Don't worry, I won't tell. You've never attacked a human without a good reason, so I'm sure that you're doing this because it's related to Shakuntala. There are times when one will do anything to protect what's precious to him. I understand. So, will you please understand that I also have someone dear to me? Let Brilith live, the summoner who summoned me. In return, I will not accept any more summons from the human realm. I still have time. I don't need to attack the city now. It could be better to accept Idiot Smith's offer. But, can I trust the words of a god? Don't ever believe what a god says, Gantarva. Their lies are worse than those of humans. But this is Idiot Smith. He's not someone to break his promise. If you let me know why, then I'll think about it. Huh? Don't you think it's funny that you're doing all this for just one human? What's your reason for protecting her? It's been over 10 years since I was summoned. So what? 10 years is not a long time compared to the years you lived. But even till now, my summoner, Brilith, doesn't know about my inside ability. She was very uncomfortable around me. No matter how much I treated her like a friend, she was scared that I might get mad at her for even the smallest mistakes. I wanted to tell her that there was no need for apologies every time since I knew her feelings using my inside ability. But I thought if I told her, she would only be more uncomfortable around me. She would not only watch what she says, but also her thoughts as well. I didn't want to suffocate her, so I didn't tell her for 10 years. Thanks to that, I became much lower in status than before. The reason why I did all that to become lower in status to her is the answer itself. And then the sounds of the laser light show hitting the barrier drowned out what he tells Gandharva, so we don't get to know yet. Damn. Thinking about it, my words don't make sense at all. Please understand, Gandharva, you also speak nonsense when you're talking about Shakuntala. I'm not as bad as you are. I knew you're just acting like an idiot, but what you just said right now sounded really stupid. Anyway, I'll take that deal. And can I give you a word of advice? It would be best for you to not get too attached to a being with a limited lifespan. In the end, you'll be the one left in sorrow. And then he smiles. Oh my, Miss Brilith, are you awake? How are you feeling? Is there anything I can do for you? No, I'm fine. What a relief, but what did you do to use up that much vigor? The closed space was off because of that. Miss Brilith? I knew it. I should have apologized right then. I shouldn't have tried to keep my pride and apologized right then. I'm so stupid. I looked down on a god because he openly did everything for me. I'm being punished because of all that. It's obvious that he'd go back to his realm. Only if he got angry at me once in a while. I wouldn't have acted so rude. Or he's so mean. He never got angry before. Why would he get so mad like that all of a sudden? And now we see the sky fading back to a normal color. Red beams were falling from the sky, but they were blocked by something. Is that the closed space? I don't really know for sure, but I think Asha made it. The sky's back to normal, so I guess it's all over. Asha! Huh? Damn it, Asha! And then we hear a banging. And we see... Asha! Shut up! Damn it, someone please hide me. I thought you'd die if you made the closed space. Guess there was nothing to worry about from the start. I wish you would say, why would you say if I'm not around and all that? Acting like you would die or something. Do you have a problem with that? Huh? Do you have a problem with me not dying? The sound of her heart dropping. This is torture. Her skirts are beginning to look like pants to me. This is dangerous. Get to your senses, Lise. To be continued. Next chapter, AAA Magician. And we see, again, Kubera's whole she bursts through the door. Again, more and more hints at Kubera's special lineage or whatever. Really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I also, while reading that last chapter, just remembered something I forgot to say. I'm also going to be going back through, I didn't have time before recording this video, but I'm going to be going back through the chapters I already read and taking notes, just because there's so much that people have said, like the dates are going to be important, you're going to have to remember that, and there's just so much going on with depth in the characters and so many hints at future things that I want to go back through, take some notes just so I have those to refer back to if I need them, and just to like refresh my brain. I didn't have time to before this video, but hopefully before the next video I'll go do that. But yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these 4 chapters, my thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for more Kubera, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, just ask it, I can give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel on Patreon, it's patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description. And if you'd like to help support the channel by becoming a channel member, all you got to do is hit join down below the video. Thank you to people who were already patrons and channel members. Thank you to the chosen regulars, Etchy0 and Evan Hawley, and Remorsefuls. Thank you to Magical Girl Efarnono. Thank you to Cherryton students, also the Storyteller, and David Langstaff. And thank you to Slayer Candidate SG. Thank you all so much for supporting, and thank you to all of you for watching. And I'll see you all next time.